Great. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen with you. I have lots and lots of documents open at the moment, so just bear with me for 1 second. Okay. Okay, come on, little Google Docs, get up there. Okay, can you all see that? Yeah, just give me a nod if you can. Great. So these are the Google Docs that are specifically, for Australia. Obviously, there's, other parts of the team that are in Canada and the US and the UK. But we have here all of the most up-to-date documents. That is, a great idea. So everything is at our fingertips. And, the great thing about these documents is that, whenever you forget about something, if everyone can just go on mute for me, that would be fantastic. And as I said, the great thing about these documents is that they are living documents. So they're always the most up-to-date version. If Vanessa makes a change in it, obviously changes at the same time on these documents, which is, I think fantastic. So the first one I'm going to open is this one here. Okay, I might just see if I can mute everyone. Okay. So this one here is the Welcome to the Lifewave Family Australia. And it gives you, information as we read through this, the team training options. So everything is in here, and we can always go back and refresh our memory about this and how, if we're not quite sure, it's like everything is here. So it tells us about, what's on Monday nights with the larger Aussie team, which is the Arise Global, and it's on at 7:30. It has the Zoom ID and also the passcode there. Tuesday nights is the night that we're on now, and that's with Andrew and Vanessa, and obviously other parts of our team that help out as well. And then, there's the brand new brand partner orientation, which is the one that we're on at the moment at 6 p.m. There's also one at 9:30 a.m. Tuesday night's Testimony Tuesday to invite people to, and Wednesday night is the Australian Zoom opportunity event. And I think that one is, if I remember correctly, Ange, is that the one where we have the US team on one week and the Aussies the next? Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. So, Brent,
what? Sorry.
That's okay, Wendy.
Jennifer, if you can just pop yourself on mute, please. Jennifer Lowry, just really helps out. Thanks, Dal.
Thank you. Okay, so the next part, there's some videos that are embedded. So you can see here, these parts here, it says here, everything here is a link that takes you to, a different part. So I'm just going to click on just so it can sort of show you. And this is a video of Vanessa taking you through this document. There we go. There's the real Vanessa. That's what she looks like. And then the training out, this is it team website, which is this one here. It just takes you to that. And as you can see, I won't go through every one of them, but with every one of these, you can click into it. It's a link that clicks live into either a video or a web page or a Facebook page. So this is the US team. This is it team Facebook. That's a great one to join. There's lots of testimonies and lots of questions that come through that as well. And so it's really great. I found in the beginning just reading through a lot of those comments on the Facebook page, because you really actually learn a lot by doing that. And this is at YouTube, live recordings of their opportunity events. And they also have the trainings, which are on every Saturday morning US time. And they're usually available to us on the Sunday. And, you know, they are fantastic training. So I really encourage you, if this is something that you're really wanting to pursue in a business sense as well, those trainings are really invaluable. In fact, last Saturday's training, I think, was one of the best ones that I've heard. It was fantastic. And, you know, sometimes you, as Andrew often says, you know, when you don't have a lot of time, you know, you can actually just not have it on the normal speed, but you can have it on 1.25 or 1.5 times, or even 2 if you can keep up with it, if they're a slow talker. Start by sharing with everyone. Wow, this is you know, this is I think, you know, for each one of us, once we got our hands on this technology and we saw what it did with our own lives, and then the lives of those who are near and dear to us, our families, you know, you can't help but start to share about this technology. And I don't know about you, but if you wear it in a place where people see it, they often ask you about, what is that patch? Has anyone else had that experience? Yeah, yes. I've had that happen so many times, and it's often a really great way to just start a conversation. So here again is so this is our team's Facebook page. This is all the testimonies and information page that's on here. And you just, you know, click on there to join that, answer the questions, and you'll be straight into that Facebook page. Even here we have scripts for warm leads. So those that are your friends and your loved ones, your family, there's a script in there. You know, sometimes you kind of think, how do I start a conversation? And have you ever thought about that? You know, or how do you sometimes feel a bit awkward when you lean into that conversation? And so sometimes it's really great just to hear what other people say and to just glean from that as well. But, you know, with every script, I always say, you don't learn it verbatim, but you actually make it your own, because each one of us are different sorts of people. We all have our own personality. So lean into it and just make it your own. But lots of times it can just give us some great tips on how to start a conversation. So all of these links here lead to you know, that one there is the script. And this is a video, you know, learn the way that it works for you. Product information. So these are the sites that we can use, you know, great energy and testimonies. In This Is It info. That's the one that I use mostly, that one. And then there are some other ones there as well. So, you know, there is a system that has been put together, you know, in the US. Steve and Gina have put together like an amazing system, and This Is It team. We know, I think that's right down the bottom here. This Is It team is a wonderful website to go to when you are learning about Lifewave, learning about the patches, learning about the business, the opportunity. I couldn't stress more how important it is to go to that website, to actually just really lean into it. Listen to the videos that are on there. There is so much information that you can glean from that. I still, you know, really continue to go back to that site just to keep refreshing myself about it, because it's amazing how much you glean from it by listening to it more than once. Who else finds that you need to hear something more than once to be able to really get a hold of it? And particularly when it's a technology like this, who, you know, where it's new to people. Not that light therapy is new to people, but just understanding it. But I think the thing that really I love is that we don't need to understand everything about it to start sharing it with others. It's about just sharing your story. You know, what has it done for you? What has it done for your family? And so to keep it simple, And, you know, it's amazing how many people will lean into it with you as well. These also are just other sites that you can go to. This is the Aussie testimony. I think this is a different page, this one. Yeah, this is, that's our fearless leaders again. And a number of other different things that you can go. There's the order form that's there. Oh, and that's the old one. Okay, that one has to be, we'll have to make sure that the right link's on that. Anything else that you wanted to add to that, Ange? Oh, she's not there.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just having some dinner at the same time. Sorry.
Oh, yes. So don't you eat your dinner. I just thought
Oh,
I'd
no, all good. All
whether there
good.
was
I
anything else
just
you wanted to add.
be very happy to contribute. I think that you have just done a brilliant job.
Well, awesome. Well, maybe I'll just click out of this and then I'll share another screen with you.
I mean, I think that if everybody just goes to thisisitteam.com and just follows that system, it's really foolproof. And there's some really great tips, and they're winning following that program. So go with that. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Just make sure that you've got that Google Drive organized, and it's always there on your phone or on your laptop, and all the links are there.
It's fantastic. I'm just going to pull that up now. This is the team website. And as you can see here, there's this is the homepage that we're on now. And you can scroll down and there's a whole lot of different things that you can just click into here. It talks about the mission, why X39, and this is its system. It's just, it has some great information here. You know, it talks about relational marketing here, about getting plugged in, how important it is to be teachable, and, you know, what the pro strategy is as well. And if we look at just along the top here, then we have the onboarding here. And this is all, you know, this is something that I really encourage everyone to continue to go through, and more than once, because this will answer so many of your questions. This one here is, you know, how to go manager, you know, and I'm sure that you've all seen that. That's us here. And then we just need two on the right, two on the right and two on the left. And, you know, there's also, you know, this is, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. So there's, you know, there's a video around that. And then, it, you know, it's got a downloadable there, fast track to manager. This is the 10-step system. Everything's there at your fingertips. And then I won't continue all the way through it, but I just encourage you to go through it. Over here, it actually just shows you it's the 2020 vision, 20 on the right, 20 on the left, 90-day run to senior director, any events coming up. The book of the month, they always have a book every month that they encourage you to read. And then here are all the downloadables. And so this is where you can download your order form here. You can see there. These are the opportunity slides, which we'll be using later in a later meeting. The commissions sheet there. And then there's a whole range of other downloadables here. So everything is here on this website.
Can I add something to that, Jo?
Yes, please.
I think I spoke to it last week in the training, but look to the next ranks. Everybody get your management form there so you know who your first 4 people are. Get your 2020 vision up and printed out, and get your director and your senior director forms filled out so you've got a template. And, you know, when you have a visual on things, it's a very powerful tool for manifesting. And you want to have those people in your heart and as well in your mind. So when you've got that visual, it's a really powerful way of creating the perfect team that are people that are aligned with you and your values. It's really, really important. So just make sure that you use all these tools. They're not just there to look at. Download them, print them off, write in them, have them on a power board for yourself in your area of the house that you do all that sort of stuff in.
Thanks, Ange. Okay, so back to our Google Docs. And so there's a number of other things here. This is a new customer checklist. Everything is here. So, you know, when you've brought someone into the business, this is just a great way to remind yourself what to do. Tick off the box, you know, decide, you know, what side of the binary tree that you're going to put them on. That's something to discuss with your sponsor. And, you know, your sponsor is that person who's going to help you to know where to place your people, also, you know, to guide you through the back office, to train you in, you know, even how to sign people up, all of those things that are, you know, it seems a little bit daunting when you first start to do it, but believe me, it doesn't take long before it's just like riding a bike. You just get on there and you go. And then it has everything here, the welcome email for patching customers. That's another one there. So all of the links are embedded. You know, this Vanessa couldn't have made it more simpler than she has. I think it's amazing the tools that we have at our hands, because there's so many other businesses, so many other network marketing businesses that do not have a system like this. So we are really blessed. This one here, this is all about, this also has a heap of links now, which is, you know, you can just go in there and it takes you to the WhatsApp here. It takes you to the private Facebook pages, the Dream Team community. And this just shows you the Arise Team Global. There's also in the WhatsApp, there's a whole lot of chats in there as well. And all of these are linked. So I won't go through all of those, just wanted to show you that document. And of course, we know that this is it info is the one that we send most of our people to. This is our new enrollment form. I really love the look of this one. And this is a great tool to even send to people. You know, often when I'm talking to people, it's you need often something visual for them to see. And I'll often just pull this enrollment form out, and it's so easy to just explain to them what the core pack entails, how many sleeves, what the advanced pack is, and what the premium pack is as well. And then down here, obviously, that's somewhere where they can put all of their details. So I use this form a lot when I'm talking to people, particularly when they get to that point where they're saying, well, you know, what's the best way? And sometimes it'll be, you know, if I know that this is something they're wanting to use for themselves and they're just wanting to use it for their health, they want to come in and they want to come in at that core level, well, that may be where they choose to start. But if they have any interest at all, or if there's more than one patching, I will always try to encourage them to look at the advanced pack as well. The business builder checklist, that was, oh no, this is another one. So this is another checklist. So, and this is just for business builders as well. So it's making sure that we've given them every bit of information, the support that they need, and that's all there in these Google Docs as well, with embedded links too. And this is even an email here that, you know, we can use. But as I mentioned before, each of us have a different personality, and depending on who we're going to send it to, all of the information, obviously keep the information there. But sometimes it's about putting your own flavor in it. You might start it off differently to what this is. And so it's about, you know, who you're sending it to. And so I will often look at these documents and just change them a little bit, so it just sounds a little bit more like me. But that's all done for us. We couldn't ask for more, could we? Like, that's just amazing. So that's all of the Google Docs that are there. And I think that that Ange put that link in the chat for you. So you'll actually have that. So I just want to now just give you an opportunity.
No.
Sorry?
I'm unable to do that because it was a drive shared with me with Vanessa. I'm trying to pop it, download it.
Oh, okay. Well, I may be able to do it.
Link, so just stand by. I'm trying to work out another way.
Okay, no worries. I think I'll be able to do it if you can't, Ange.
Otherwise, if you can just ask your sponsor to send you that link, but I'll try and get something done by the end of this Zoom.
Yeah, definitely. So I thought I'll just stop sharing my screen at the moment. And I'll just see if I can. I think that's the I've just been able to do it there. So I've just put the link in there for you all, and that's to the Google Drive. So I just thought at this point, we may just give you some time because, you know, we've probably got about another 10 minutes or so before Andrew comes on for the training. So I thought I'd open it for any questions that you may have, because sometimes it's great just to be able to ask those questions, and hopefully one of us will be able to answer them for you. Anyone have any questions or comments that you'd like to make?
Can I ask a question just in relation to auto-ship?
Yes.
So I understand the importance of auto-ship, the difference it would make to my business, et cetera, et cetera. But for those that we're talking to who don't really have any intent to build a business, who are quite resistant to kind of doing anything until they've tried the patches, and get them to sign up for the core pack, get them to do 3 months. What is the, I guess, what do they miss out on in the 3 months? Let's just say at the end of 3 months, they love it. They decide to build a business. They want to do all the things. If they don't have auto ship in those 3 months, what would they be missing out on in terms of if like they waited the 3 months to put auto ship in and to go down that route? I just want to be able to explain to them what's in it for them by having the auto ship. I understand they can cancel it, all that kind of stuff, but I'm trying to get a perspective on it to really understand what it means to them.
Yeah, and look, you know, there's a couple of things, and I'm sure Ange will jump in as well. First of all, that, you know, if they weren't on an auto ship for 3 months, they'd actually drop off your binary. And that is the, you know, so if they are trying it, the product, and they're kind of saying, look, I want to wait the 3 months to see, you know, whether I want to do anything with it, that 3 months, they're actually going to lose their position in the binary. So that can be, you know, that could be quite significant for them. But the other way that I approach it, Amanda, is that I always say to them, look, we're, you know, that's fantastic. You've got your X39 now, and that's 3 months worth. If it's one person, maybe it's two. And I say, that's only 1.5 months each. So, you know, what we're going to do is, so just say it was one person and they've got 3 months worth. I say to them, you know, it's really important to be on the X39. That's our flagship patch. That's what's going to regenerate your own stem cells. But at the end of that month, you know, what will work synergistically with this and will be of great benefit to you, because this, you know, is to add in an Eon patch, because that Eon patch is actually going to work on all the inflammation in your body, and it's going to, you know, almost supercharge you know, and I often use my own testimony, and I say to them, look, when I added in the Eon patch, that made a huge difference to me. And so that's kind of how I present it to them. So let them, you know, have the X39, but, you know, add in another patch. And then I always explain to them, you know, and actually it costs, you know, it doesn't cost as much as the X39. And so, you know, you just kind of have all of those benefits that you want to tell them about. But I think the biggest thing for us is that those that, you know, have come in, if they don't have an auto order, dropping off the binary is quite significant for them.
So if they drop off that binary and they do come back at some point, they just go back at the bottom again?
That's right. Yeah,
okay.
they go back to a preferred customer.
And they can come back into brand partner, back onto the binary.
They can, yes, but they'd come in
at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
can
so
I
then
just
you're
try and
talking basically
understand
3 months of volume within their business. Like what I don't quite understand to be able to explain and articulate to someone is like what that means to them. So how someone else's, like how being higher up the binary
Sure.
benefits them.
You're
in
talking
terms
about
of-
volume.
yeah.
You're talking about volume.
Volume.
So basically, all we're doing is we're making managers and we're helping those managers become directors and we're helping those directors become senior directors. That's it. Everything else is volume. So if they stay in the game as an active member with a minimum 55 BV order every month, they're in the game. So it's so much easier to get them onto an auto ship when you've just enrolled them rather than have that conversation later. And it's better to have no sale than a bad sale. So if you've got a customer that just wants to do it for 3 months and you know that they're not going to commit to it because they're going to be non-compliant, you've just muddied the brand. And so if you're talking to people on a heart-to-heart level, it's better to say to them, listen, you're 50 years of age, you've got fibromyalgia, darling, we need to help you. We need to follow the program. So you're having these big conversations. Don't talk people into it. Present it to them and let them make the decision. However, if it gets to the point where you think this is going to be too hard work, they might not be ready for this. And I'm only saying this from my own experience.
Yeah.
Because I've tried so hard to help people, but they don't want to help themselves. So you actually end up doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, I think what my question is, understand all of that, agree with all of that, think it's an amazing approach. So all of that 100% on board with. My question is the questions that are being thrown back to me, I'm not sure how to articulate or explain to them what it means for them. Does that make sense? Because I don't fully understand that whole volume binary system yet. So it's like, okay, if I do that, what does it mean for me? And then I kind of go,
Ultimately, to answer that question, you have to have that conversation. Are they wanting just it for themselves to heal? Or are they contemplating coming into it as a business? But you're talking to them every week. So this shouldn't come as a surprise. If you're serious about somebody that you want to hold their hand and become friends with them for the rest of your life in this company, then you're talking to them a couple of times a week, if not more, with a text or a phone call. So you kind of got that, it shouldn't be difficult to talk somebody into seeing the benefits of improving their health. And then if you're talking to them all the time and you're like, but you feel so good, why don't you speak to your dad about this? So it's just presenting it and let them make the decision. It's not for you to decide how they're going to decide. It's for you to present. You're the presenter. And you're going to find the more you do these calls, the more that you do these conversations, have these challenging moments, the more you grow as a brand partner and the more that your people will feel confident that you've got all the answers for them. But turning up to these weekly meetings, or if not more, is really the key to get the verbiage and to get the kind of, position on how you want to approach it. But it sounds to me like you're already knowing those things, but now it's just like, okay, keep coming to these.
I just want to know where I can, like, I've watched all the commission videos on the This Is It team and things like that. Where can I go for more information specifically on the binary? Like the kind of questions I'm getting are like, okay, what would it take to earn $1,000 a week? Or how does me having a higher up position in the binary benefit me? Like what does volume do? And
everything on that This Is It team on the YouTube channel. There's so many commission
on YouTube as opposed to the website. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. So it all links
that's
up.
The place I should go to watch and just search commission or binary or.
Yeah. Commission, binary, This Is It team, binary, Steve Merritt. All of those things. And it's how long have you been doing it for, gorgeous?
About
Amanda?
5 weeks.
Yeah. Like I'm 5.5 months and I still have a million questions.
Yeah.
So don't think that you're like missing out. It's just like putting all the pieces together, looking at your tree, looking at it growing, having the conversations, having the uncomfortable moments of, hey, I'm in it to make money, but you're really sick right now. So let me help you. And so that comes from confidence and being knocked back a few times and having those big shoulders to go, you know what, I'm on a mission to help heal the world because it's friggin' sick. And so,
Yeah.
you know, Amanda, you're like totally on the right pathway, asking all the right questions, but This Is It team have got all the answers.
Yeah, I think it's just the type of people I'm approaching, which are like practitioners and people that have got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And I'm just not at that level yet to kind of quantify the business experience. So the
Mhm.
individual one, great. Just
Yeah.
at that high level.
So Amanda, another thing that I would
upline into the conversation and
Yeah.
have a big conversation. Sorry, Joe.
I was just going to say, Amanda, that's exactly what Ange said, is that, you know, if you bring your upline into it, because, you know, particularly those sorts of questions, and it often is great and validating for them if they hear from someone else who's been in the business a little bit longer. So I'd really bring your upline into it and, you know, do a Zoom call with them or a 3-way call with them. And that can really, really help.
That's great. I'll reach out to Vanessa when she's back next week.
Yeah.
I did that with Sue and with Vanessa. Both of them helped me so much in especially the first 4 enrollments. It's so crucial. And so if you can if you can learn yourself, then you can teach it. And that's what we're doing. We're paying it forward. Eventually, you know, Joe and I will retire from presenting this in a couple of weeks. And Amanda, we're going to put you in that spot. And so you know, we're all just paying it forward all the time because we're all learning on the job, right? This is
I just want to know where to find the information, because like you said, like we don't want to be the information source. I want to be able to direct people to it, or to kind of, you know where to find things myself. So appreciate you directing me to the YouTube channel. I'll go and find what I need in there. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Jo,
Okay, so yes, Sandra.
just very quickly, when you said you showed them the order form, do you have that just on your phone and they have a quick look, or do you physically have one? Like
it depends where I am, Sandra. A lot of times it'll just be on my phone. Other times it'll be like if I'm at the markets or something, I'll actually have it there. So I'll physically have it there to pull it out and be able to show them. And I find that, you know, people kind of really understand it because you're talking to them and it's visual to them as well.
Yeah.
And
Good.
even when I'm, you know, even when you're talking on the phone, it's something that you can just flick them in an email or on a text message, and they can actually bring it up. If you're even talking to them on the phone, say, look, I'm just going to send you this link, open it up, and then you can talk through it even while you're on the phone with them.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, can I just go back to what Amanda was talking about? I too have a customer who is a customer at the moment who bought in at core, didn't want to go on auto ship. Very, very clear. I put her on auto ship and she took herself off auto ship. She wants to know now if she can buy a maintenance pack. She's keen to solve her problems. I've discussed at length, you know, the way it goes, how it is. So she knows at length that this is not a sprint. This is a marathon for her life.
Yes.
So can she continue buying a maintenance pack? She doesn't quite know whether she wants to go into the business yet. She wants to heal herself first. So
No. Well, a maintenance
I said
pack
no.
will keep her on the binary. Because with the depending on whether it's a 3-month or a 6-month maintenance pack, that will keep her on the binary. So if it was a 6-month pack, she wouldn't have to have an auto order for 6 months. But you have to, but in saying that, one of the things that people often don't understand is that you still have to put an auto order in. So if you bought a maintenance pack for 6 months, you have to put that auto order out for 6 months and really bring it back a week to make sure that you get it in within the time. Because if that's not in the system, it's showing that you're not on an auto order. So that's something that sometimes people don't understand. And I've had to correct a couple of my team with that as well, that, you know, you're not on an auto order. And they say, oh, yes, I am, but I bought a maintenance pack. Yes, but you didn't put the auto order in. And so the system's looking at you saying you're not on an auto order. It's okay, push it out for 6 months and then you can revisit it, put it in your diary to revisit it, you know, a few weeks before that generates.
So Joanne, you're talking about adjusting the calendar 6 months so that it shows a couple of days before
5
the 6
months.
months is up.
Exactly. If you've got a maintenance pack and it's 6 months, or a maintenance pack and it's 3 months, whatever that is, you make sure you put your auto order, you know, for that 3 months out or 6 months out, but make sure you bring it back at least a week or so before that due date.
Okay, so she recently bought the sleep patches. You know, she bought her core pack, and then after a week or so, she ordered the sleep patches because sleep is her chronic problem. I sold her some Eon, but she's wants to use the sleep patches regardless of how much I've talked to her, how much I've discussed it with her. So if she orders a 3-month or a 6-month pack, I can tell her that she can order that maintenance pack, but that what she must do to stay in it is to tick that box.
Is to make sure the automatic order is in place. So you've got to go to the monthly subscription tab. But look, we might be able to talk about that a little bit more offline, because I just see that Andrew's with us now, and we're about to go into the next part of our training, and I'm just going to actually stop recording now.